demo day. We're going to get started with the program, and I'm excited to welcome Caitlin Aziza from Blackstone. She's going to say a few words, welcoming everybody, and then we will get into the pursuit content. So welcome, Caitlin. Thank you. How is everybody feeling?
Great, awesome. I just realized I have two mics. Is this on? I'll do this one. Great. Well, first of all, I just want to give a really huge welcome to all of you guys. We are really, really excited to have all of you here in our Blackstone hub. And we're thrilled that you all have made it to this major milestone. Please give yourselves a round of applause. Aziza, and I am a BXTI product owner who supports the Blackstone Charitable Foundation and the BXTI Charitable Committee, both of which support Pursuit through grants and volunteerism. And for those of you that don't know, BXTI stands for Blackstone Technology and Innovations, and we've had a long-standing relationship with Pursuit. We believe in the mission of the program, the importance of the work, and we have been consistently impressed with the caliber of talent that has come out of this program. We volunteer through all aspects of the fellowship's life cycle, from when fellows are first interviewing to join the fellowship, to mentoring teams in the fellowship, and even down to hosting events like today, and then hiring Pursuit fellows. In fact, BXTI has actually hired several Pursuit fellows, and it has been an absolute joy to get to work with them and to have them on our team. They add tremendous value to our workplace, and I have no doubt that you all will end up in fantastic roles thanks to the Pursuit program. And I have to say, just on a quick personal note, being in this room and watching all of your loved ones come into this room, I mean, I have goosebumps. It's been so sweet to see all of the love and support that all of you guys have. And so to that, I say not only congratulations to the Pursuit graduates, but also to your loved ones who have supported them along the way. So please give a big round of applause to all of the people that supported them. So again, we are really excited to be hosting the demo days today and tomorrow, and we send you all of the good luck on all of your demos this evening. And now I will introduce Caroline, the COO of Pursuit.
Hi, good evening, everyone. I'm Caroline O, the COO of Pursuit, and thank you all so much for coming to our demo day, Pursuit Demo Day today. Nearly a year ago, the group of fellows that you're going to see came in with little to no coding experience. And they had a few things though. They had grit, they had passion, they had determination, and it's really incredible, as you will see today, how far they've come, from little to no coding experience to building amazing apps and presenting them before you all. And it's been, this is an amazing milestone in their journey. So yeah, let's give them one more round of applause for all the hard work they've done over the last 11 months. So before we get started, I'd like to tell you a little bit about Pursuit. Our mission is simple, it's to create economic opportunity. We do this by identifying and enabling people with the highest need and highest potential to become professional software developers and future leaders. We help our fellows achieve their dreams and create pathways to life-changing mobility. When they come into our program, our fellows make an average salary of about $18,000, as you can see, and when they leave, they make an average annual salary of about $90,000. And over the course of their careers, each of our fellows earns an estimated $2 million in lifetime earnings. So that's essentially additional income that they would get from this new salary than before. And this is transformative, not just for our fellows, but for their families and their communities. Pursuit fellows get hired to write code at some of the most innovative and leading companies in the world, Blackstone being one of them, as you can see. Our fellows work at more than 200 different companies, including Uber, Citi, Peloton, and of course, Blackstone. We focus on serving the 65% of Americans that do not have college degrees. 100% come from low-income communities, and our fellows are representative of the community we want to build, inclusive of all genders, ethnicities, and backgrounds. Our work doesn't stop with training. Through our Pursuit Commit program, we work directly with our hiring partners to create job and career advancement pathways and opportunities. Our goal is to ensure that fellows not only get hired, but have clear pathways to go from high potential to high performing at the companies that they work for. And we partner with leading companies, as I mentioned, to create job opportunities exclusively for our fellows. And then we provide 3 years of career support for our fellows. You can see here some of the great companies who have partnered with us recently, including a model we piloted with Union Square Ventures 2 years ago, actually, at this point, to directly work with VCs and their portfolio companies, among many of the companies here. I want to take a moment to also thank all of the fantastic supporters that have made this possible. We're really, really fortunate to work with some of the best leading organizations across business, philanthropy, technology, who believe in our mission. And many of them are serving, are in our audience or on our panel today. So we just thank you so much for your continued support. Why don't we give a round of applause for our supporters. As a part of tonight's event, we've asked an esteemed group of leaders in tech to join us and share their real-world industry expertise. Our panelists here will ask our fellows questions following their demos and provide valuable feedback and insight on their projects. So let's meet tonight's panelists. I'm really excited to have them join us today, and I know our fellows are really excited to get feedback from them as well. So first we have Julie Dam. Julie, she is the head of content and communications at Grafana Labs, where she leads a team focused on educating, informing, and sometimes delighting the company's community of users and the public at large. She spent 2 decades as a writer and editor at Time and People magazines, where she covered breaking news, the arts, and media, fashion, and celebrities. After leaving journalism, she pivoted to helping organizations tell stories about their technology, including building the case study program for Kubernetes and the Cloud Native Computing Foundation. Linda Hemrick is Principal Technical Program Manager at Equinix. She is responsible for the successful execution of the company's technical quote-to-cash solutions. Her career in tech began when, as a mom of 4, she started a business from her kitchen table. That same business has since established itself to be one of the main disruptors of the fintech industry. Over the past 15 years, she specialized in solving big and difficult problems by creating high-performing environments that are based on collaboration, trust, and accountability. Damian Sizowski.
It's good.
Damian is the head of revenue at Offset, an open source software company primarily known for SpiceDB, an authorization engine inspired by Google's Zanzibar system. And Damian leads a cross-functional team focused on go-to-market. Before Offset, Damian was a senior digital specialist at Equinix, helping companies leverage emerging infrastructure technologies in their deployments. And last but certainly not least, Zohar Yardeni. Zohar serves as the Chief Product Officer at the Knot Worldwide. He joined the company in August 2018 and currently oversees data, design, engineering, and product. Previously, he headed up Facebook Local, comprising several teams working on all location-aware products at Facebook. And prior to that, he was a Chief Product Officer at adaptive learning provider Newton and VP of Product at healthcare access leader ZocDoc, which I think we all know. Earlier in his career, he founded several startups, including earnings call transcript provider CallStreet, sold to FactSet Research Systems, and he also served as Global Head of Product Manager at Thomson Reuters. He is a member of the Board of Directors at Axiom Law and ZocDoc, a member of the Product Advisory Board at Boats Group, and a member of the Operating Board here at Pursuit. it over to Raquel to share more about our 4-year fellowship.
Thank you so much. A year ago, I was meeting our fellows for the very first time during our onboarding experience. And today, I'd like to share more about how they spent this year in the Pursuit program. I'm Raquel Martinez. I'm the Vice President of Community and Product Development at Pursuit. The Pursuit Fellowship is an intensive program. The Pursuit Fellowship is an intensive 4-year journey focused on fueling the success of our fellows. For us, it's not just about giving them the tools to succeed during the training, it's about getting their first job. It's about helping them build careers for the long term. A year ago, we received more than 1,000 applications for the 9.1 and 9.2 cohorts. It was very hard to select. Applicants completed an assessment, attended a Pursuit workshop, were interviewed by our Pursuit volunteers. Some of you here sitting in the room, and also were then completed pre-work to complete their admission process. In the end, we selected a phenomenal group of 28 fellows to join the 9.1 class. We selected individuals who embody the values of Pursuit. We believe that they will not only be exceptional programmers, but also incredible leaders in the industry. Over the past year, our fellows have completed a year of intensive immersion in the fundamentals of software development, industry fluency, and the leadership and personal development skills needed to become a professional software engineer. As part of the process, they have spent the last 6 weeks building their capstone projects. But their journey is far from over. Pursuit doesn't stop when our fellows complete the core training, or even when they start their first job. We continue to work with them and provide additional 3 years of support and service to help build their careers. As Caroline mentioned, we work closely with employers during this time as well, and as part of our model to create change in the tech industry itself. This reflects our deep commitment to giving our fellows not only the tools they need to succeed as developers, but also the tools they need to succeed in their careers. Our work wouldn't be possible at all without our community of volunteers who play a critical role in the success of our fellows in our program. They impart valuable technical advice and professional guidance to our fellows that is critical for them to become successful in the tech industry. On behalf of the entire Pursuit community, I truly appreciate the support our volunteers provide to the program. And like Caitlin mentioned, we'd like to thank all of our Blackstone volunteers who have supported our mission over the years, in particular at this time, for their contributions and also hosting us today. BXTI has been an incredible partner of Pursuit, and we hope to continue this in the future. Okay, so thank you especially to the dedicated mentors who provided critical guidance and feedback to our fellows. You can see the specific capstone projects that these mentors work with in the screen. So technical mentors came to meet with their groups and help this group navigate new technologies, set weekly goals for the projects, and define technical vision of projects and to complete the projects on time. And design mentors also help them create beautiful forms to match their technical functions in these capstone projects. Let's give them a big round of applause. All right, finally, I'd like to give a warm thank you to our team of instructors who have been working with our fellows for nearly a year, more than a year at this point, to prepare them with technical and professional skills to be ready to join leading companies that they will meet them at the other end of this training program. The instructors will be introducing each team that is ready to present. So it's not only these two incredible instructors, but I'm going to give a welcome to JD and Carlos to introduce our
Thank you. Hi there, everyone. So my name is JD. All right, calm it down. My name is JD, and I'm grateful to be one of the co-instructors of Pursuit 9.1 cohort. So tonight, what we are going to witness is the culmination of more than a year of learning. Like, think about that, more than a year of learning. And we're gonna do that by watching their inventions, hearing their minds, and seeing their wonderful demos. So are we ready for that? Are we revved up? Come on, y'all. I need a little bit more than that. There we go. Now, before I pass the mic, I just want to say very quickly to all of my cohort here, without getting emotional, very proud of all of you. I know some of you are over here too, but I'm very, very proud of you. I hope that you'll keep striving to be the best despite all the obstacles. I hope that you'll continue to still be yourself while you're doing it. So just keep going. Don't let anything get in your way. All right?
We love you.
Love you all. Love you all. Now with that, before I pass it to Carlos, please everyone silence your telephones so that we can have nice, easy demos. And I present to you my co-instructor partner, Carlos.
Hey, thank you, JD. Hello, everyone. My name is Carlos, and I'm the other co-instructor for 9.1. I'm lucky to be part of an amazing team of instructors that had the privilege of witnessing how far our fellows could push themselves, the privilege of watching them lean on each other for support, and the privilege of pushing them to put their grit and perseverance to the test. It's been monumental to see our fellows prove, firstly to themselves and to everyone around them, that they're capable of anything they put their minds to. Today, we're all here to witness the fruits of their labor as they come full circle. Let's give them a round of applause. Now, tonight's demos are all about connection. So here's how tonight's demos will work. Excuse me. After a brief intro by JD or myself, each team will introduce themselves and share a bit about their backgrounds. Then they'll have 7 minutes to demo their apps for you all, followed by 2 minutes of Q&A for our panelists. Now, without further ado, JD will introduce the first team.
All right, everybody, here we go. Ooh, I got the loud mic now. So, our first team is looking to connect people based on their housing preferences and their commonalities. So please welcome Best Mates.
Hello, welcome to Best Mates. My name is Diane Stooks and I'm the project manager for this team. I'm also one of the front engineers of the team. For many years, I've had many IT roles that supported software engineers as well as other users. While I enjoyed doing great work in those roles, I always dreamed, longed to be the one that was contributing to how a web application looked, how it was laid out, how it was designed, and how the functionality behaved, as well as the data flow. So finally, through this journey, after serving as a technical writer, help desk analyst, corporate trainer, now, instead of just being in a supporting role, I can say I've gained the skills through this journey to now say I am a full stack software engineer.
Hello everyone. To be honest, the first time I received the email from Pursuit about my acceptance, I cried. As the confetti flew across the digital screen, tears also rolled across my eyes. This was a second chance at the career of a lifetime. After facing many stumbling blocks, failing out of college due to poor mental health, and dealing with a temporal lobe brain tumor, I was given a second chance at life. I stand here very grateful to my instructors, my mentors, my colleagues, my family, and everybody who's a part of this process. Thank you so much. And now, I also am a husband, I'm a new husband. Having met my wife in my previous cohort, 8.3, yeah, 8.3. And I am also an expecting father, ready to face the new challenges that life has to bring for me. Thank you for speaking, and I'm honored to be here.
Hearken and all hail, for I seek your worship as your new coding deity. Ha ha ha! What a laugh we're having. I'm kidding. I just shamelessly needed to get your attention with jest, and I think I got it. I'm Jonathan Gall. Ultimately, I love creating art and crafting handicrafts with reclaimed materials, and I love design. So naturally, I gravitate toward the front end. At Pursuit, I learned to code so that I can combine my love of art and coding with taste and finesse. Next.
I'm a full-stack engineer with a primary focus on the back end. My name is Shamar Reeves. I have a bachelor's in finance and worked as a real estate agent in New York City for 2 years. With that, I bring a unique perspective and valuable problem-solving skills to the world of software development. Leveraging my technical expertise and analytical mindset, I'm passionate about building robust back-end systems that power innovative applications. I have a lot of friends and like to host parties, but my roommate is a student that needs a lot of quiet time to study. We can never work.
Well, my roommate is a chain smoker, and I generally prefer breathing clean air because I have a healthy lifestyle. But with him smoking all day, I cannot even breathe.
And I am a singer, so I need to practice because I love to sing. But my roommate, oh my goodness, she's so sensitive to noise. Somebody please help me. Okay.
And I'm a musician and I need to practice my piano, but my roommate loves his quiet time, unless he's watching TV. You know what?
We don't
just need a roommate, we need a best mate.
Finding the right roommate can be stressful. A failed roommate experience can be costly in time, energy, money, quality of life, and even safety.
At Best Mates, we help you find compatible roommates by matching key desirable traits such as financial stability, cleanliness, etc. Best Mates can aid you by filtering through users that match your qualifications and managing to safely communicate with them through our messaging platform. Best Mates is a secure service and a unique way to prevent the misfortune and dreadful experience of matching with somebody who's not a compatible roommate. Now I'll pass it off to Shamar to demo our app.
The user, Cleo, as we like to call her, gets to our landing page. She's then prompted to sign in or register. Once completed, she'll receive a successful registration message. As this loads, it'll prompt her towards her profile information. We've already inputted her name, her age, her date of birth, and her move-in date. But we want to make sure that she has her attributes as well. She's employed, she likes to share bills, and she's very neat. We'll also need to upload her profile image using our upload widget. This is clear. Once completed, she'll get a successful upload message, as well as a successful bio message when she inputs her small bio. On her preferences form, this is where she chooses what she wants for her best mate. She doesn't care for the gender, She doesn't care for the gender or the orientation of the person, but she wants them to have good credit, employed, and likes to share bills as well. Pass it to Lady T to explain our
So, thank you so much, Shamar. So, once she clicks on that submit button, now we come to the heart of the app. Because here she can decide what other type of preferences she wants, or just by entering into this view, a customized list of users that match her preferences will display. She can also search by zip code. She can also add other words, or she can uncheck ones. She can just search in different ways that she wants for different types of qualifications. She can also look at an individual user to get more information, and I'll hand it off to Jonathan to show that.
In the show page of each individual user, Cleo can see the full details of the mate that she's interested in looking at. She can also hit the back button to go back to the full list and cycle through the pagination tabs to see more users. I'll now hand it off to Juan to discuss the chat.
The chat is a safe and fun way for users to communicate. Cleo can search for a user in the search input. The user will pop up. She can click on the user to start a chat and click on the chat to be able to send a message to the other user. The messages are rendered in real time using Firebase as a backend database. And the use of Firebase allows us to do this without WebSockets. Searching for a compatible roommate, Cleo can find the ideal best mate by searching for somebody who matches her qualifications, and after she's finished communicating with them, they can establish a relationship and go on to find a room together.
So I would also like to hand it off to Jonathan to talk about our future goals, our future stretch goals.
So some future features include adding properly listings via a listing API, and expanding on user preferences to further empower the user in finding a roommate, and also integrating a Google API map locator.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I just want to mention before we leave some technologies that we had to take the time to learn. This is important because as a software engineer, you're always learning, and you have to be able to stretch and learn new technologies. So in addition to Firebase, we also had to learn MD Bootstrap, which overrides CSS often, and so you have to know how to manipulate and work with it. And also we learned Cloudinary as well. So if you need a room, and you need a good roommate to share with that room, please reach out to us for Best Mate service, because you do not want to get stuck with a roommate from hell. Thank you.
Do you have any questions?
Hello. Yes, so I loved the end where you talked about your stretch goal, because that was that was going to be my question. Like, what's next? You find your best mate, right? But I did have a question about the privacy aspect, and I was wondering if you had thought about like how you're going to keep out the creeps.
Oh, absolutely. That's one of the reasons why we have an internal chat mechanism, because we don't want people stalking anyone, having their personal information. And so this allows them to stay in a safe space, safe zone. We also, in our terms of agreements, which is on the login page, we actually have a terms of agreements that explain safety measures, and it's really also important for the users to be mindful of what information that they share.
In future, we would also like to input and block a report, so we can either block someone and report them to us.
Hey, so you mentioned you are exposing an API for adding room listings, apartment listings. I'm just curious why expose it via an API. Are you expecting partners to add listings and that sort of thing?
Yes. We also want to partner with real estate firms as well, so that they can put their listings directly on Bestmates, and we can just partner directly.
Cool. Good idea.
This is a really fun idea, so thank you for presenting. I was curious if you thought about how you plan to market this. How do you get this out there into the world of people who need better roommates?
I'll let my colleagues answer, but I'll just start with a little precursor. Well, everyone knows someone that has had a bad experience living either with somebody or next to someone that you just couldn't get rid of. Especially in New York. which is very tenant friendly, which some of us are tenants, so no disrespect for that, but you know, when you're stuck with a bad one, it's really, really tough. You know, so these are things that we want to be able to help people avoid. And I'm going to pass it on and let Juan and anybody else who wants to add to that.
So we actually initially thought about ourselves, and we thought about maybe where we would like to live once we started our developer jobs, and maybe some people starting out, you know, it's a big life change and salary change. So you're looking for maybe a new place to live and somebody new. So we're thinking about maybe we could market to like new developers, maybe to our own fellows, like people who are like just getting into the tech field or going through these life changes where they're looking for somebody else to live in a new city where you don't know where things are, where maybe you can find out somebody who's already living there looking for a roommate. So it was like catered, I guess, more towards people, I guess, mid-age range who are looking to move out, or maybe new developers, something like that.
It could really be for anybody, actually, because some older people need rooms as well. You'd be surprised. Like single older men or women, sometimes you get to that point, the children are gone, and you just need a peaceful place to be. So we have a broad audience that we appeal to.
I thought it was interesting when you were asking about potentially partnering with real estate agencies. That might be something that is the way that you could get out there too. That you could offer us sort of that.
Absolutely. And also welcoming ads to kind of keep the cost down for our roommates, right? That'll be a lot more affordable than putting all the burden on them. Any other questions?
All right, thank you, best mates. Our next group of developers knows that sometimes being alone can take a special kind of toll. So they've created an app where people can connect with each other to engage in activities, events, and find people looking to create new bonds. Please welcome to the stage, Kick It.
Go Kick It. All right, good evening, everyone. We are Team Kick It, and we're here to help you expand your circle. So now we'll introduce ourselves.
Hello? Hey, Tony, can I get a beat, please? In New York, I was born and raised, but the Chinese lifestyle changed my ways. Chilling and relaxing, being all cool, doing my job, getting good grades in school, and a couple of years passed, I started to DJ. Never would have thought I would be here, but here I stand with my team, taking pursuit to help live my dream. My name is Chris, and I'm typically a future DJ and developer.
Alright, well, quite the hard act to follow. But hello everyone, my name is Kylie, and I'm the tech lead for this group of amazing developers. Similar to Chris, I'm also a first-generation American, with my parents originally coming from Trinidad and Vietnam. For the past 7 years, veterinary medicine has been my focus. However, when vet school no longer seemed like a feasible option, it was actually Chris that recommended Pursuit to me. And today I'm so happy to be part of a program where I'm learning so many new things in a field that continues to encourage growth and feed my curiosity.
Hello, I'm Tony. I'm the big guy. Just like the rest of my group, I'm also first generation American. My parents coming here from Vietnam as well. Before Pursuit, I studied political science in college, but during the pandemic, I felt lost in life. I did not know what to do next. But through Pursuit, I found a motivation and passion to pivot to the world of tech as a software engineer. Now I'm here as the main backend lead for Team Kick It. I'm happy to be here.
Hello everyone, my name is Fadila. I'm a henna artist and I play soccer. I moved to the US after high school to start college. I started majoring in biochemistry, but I lost my passion for chemistry during the COVID pandemic when I had to do my chemical experiments over Zoom instead of having the hands-on experience. But I find a new passion during that time since I spent a lot of time on the computer and I was exposed to programming free courses. I found out about Pursue through CUNY and I joined it. And I've learned so much and grown so much so far, and I'm excited about the future as a developer.
Buenas tardes, I'm Danny Rodriguez. Just like the rest of my team, I'm also a first-generation immigrant. When my parents coming here de la República Dominicana. Growing up, they always placed a great importance on learning new things and challenging yourself to stay ahead of the curve. So when I found myself halfway through college and my scholarship cut, I knew it was time to chase a new dream and pursue, get it, a career in technology.
Now I have a question. Does anyone find it ridiculously hard to find a group of people that have the same interests as you?
Yes.
Me too. That's why my group and I decided to come up with this web application that allows users to join and create events to find those friends and other people that have the same interests. Kick It gives users the platform to search and find events that for both introverts and extroverts that allow them to socialize with each other and join each other in those same fun events.
So let's meet our user Max. Max is a young college student who loves going to clubs and restaurants with her friends. However, she has a secret. She loves playing Dungeons and Dragons in her free time. However, since none of her friends share this interest, we made this app for people like her.
All right, so let's take a look at our actual app. All right, so on the landing page, new users will see a button to sign up, along with some information about what our app offers. Fortunately, Max is already a user and she's logged in, so we can navigate to her user profile, where she's able to edit her information along with her interests and add her new interest in gaming. She's shown her interest in RSVP for a couple of events, but if she wanted to to search for another event, you can search by host, title, or location, sort by date, or by category. You're also able to use the Google Maps to choose an event near your location. And this one seems like the perfect fit for her. On this page, users are able to interact with other users through the comments section. And if Max RSVPs for this event, she's added as an attendee, and it's reflected on her user profile.
After RSVPing for that event, she wanted to find out if there are any other users who are attending that event, and maybe other users who might have similar interests. She navigates to the users by clicking on gaming from her interest. From here, she would be able to see all the users who are also interested in gaming. From here, she can navigate. She click on Sarah's profile, and from here, she can see that Sarah is also passionate about certain things that she is interested in herself. Sarah is attending a SEM event that she's RSVP'd for, so she decided to send Sarah a friend request. Once she click on that, then Sarah would be notified about the friend request, and she can either accept or decline that friend request. You can click on the inbox to see maybe if Max has any friend requests herself, and she does. Kylie sent her a friend request. She will accept that. She's been chatting with Kylie for a while now. If you go in the chat, there you go. So she also want to send Sarah a message, maybe to introduce herself. And Sarah will be notified about that text message, and she can choose to reply to her and start chatting with her before they meet up for the event.
All right, and if we take a look back at her user profile, it looks like Max is taking her hand at hosting an event. She's hosting tonight's Demo Day After Party. Along with her trusty co-hosts, Tony, Chris, Fadila, Daniel, and myself, who are able to help her edit and manage this event. It looks like there's still space, so I hope you guys all will check out our app and kick it with us later.
future features we want to implement. We want to implement notifications for new friends, new messages, and upcoming events that they always repeat for. Second, we want to have user verifications by uploading IDs to verify their profile. Third, we want to have friend requests based off of, friends suggestions based off of common interests and past events that they attended. Fourth, we want to have user contribution for events that they are attending through Venmo.
Thank you all for joining us.
Hey, great job. That was really cool. Thank you. I love, clap, it's okay. I love that you started with a user story. For those of us who work with user stories all day, that's nice. That was pretty cool. So this is the first time we're seeing a Google Maps integration tonight, so I was just curious, what was that like? Was it just like super simple out of the box? Was there something tricky about just kind of the scrolling and getting it in the right place and painting all the pins?
Yeah, so I dealt with the Google Map API implementation. Reading through the documentation, it seemed like somewhat simple, but did run into some issues setting it up. It didn't work exactly how I expected it to, but otherwise happy with how it came out.
Awesome, thanks for that, looks good.
Thank you.
All right, first off, compliments on the UX. So the design is really pretty. I love it. I was wondering how it was working as a group. Like, how was the collaboration?
Mind if I start? Yeah, so I want to say these past 6 weeks have been memorable. My group, from the first week we decided, all right, we're going to talk about it, communicate with each other, any issues, we'll vote on it. And thankfully we had no issues, or we didn't have to vote actually. Everything was discussed, everyone agreed or disagreed, and it was very smooth. We got to know each other much better than we did before this project, and we're probably going to be like best friends for the next few years. Honestly, it was great. And one thing about coding, especially when you're coding alone, it can be very rough. But knowing I have 4 strong coders behind me to support me made it much easier to get through this project.
To add on to what Chris said, I would like to say I really like our work dynamic. I think this is the best team, this is the dream team to work with. We have our backend goat, Tony, if you have any issues. We kind of all touch here and there, but if I have like an issue with the backend, when Saket was giving me a hard time with the chat feature, I just hit him up and he was there to help. Everybody have their forte and we kind of complement each other on that.
Hey, congrats, awesome, it really looks great. And it's actually a subject that I've thought about. So I was just curious because it's a social network in a sense, right? And friends and users connected to other users. It has maybe like implications on the type of database that you use to store this sort of data. I'm curious if you use the kind of, what you approach there. Is it just a relational database, or are you thinking about a graph database there to represent that?
So we use a relationship database, we use Postgres, and we use the SQL server to connect all those tables together in order to create to get like certain information from each table, and then from there we have to adjust like what we want. For example, the friend request, and we had to create 2 different tables, one for the request and one for the friends. But then we had to connect that to the users. So that's kind of like an example of how we have to tie in like the different relationships with the tables.
Thank you.
That's okay, I'll grab it for you. I'll put it up for you. There you go. I'll get these all going for you next time. All right, everybody, are you with me? All right, let's keep it going, let's keep it going. Next, we are about to empower people through conversations around mental health. So please welcome our fabulous team, Asocial.
Good evening, we're Asocial, and I am Natasha. I am a mom, a wife, a daughter, and a friend. I wear so many hats, and one day I woke up and realized I've never been just me. Don't get me wrong, those are cherishable roles, but I wanted more. And I've always had a love for computers. So when my mother-in-law told me about Pursuit, it sounded like a cool opportunity. I applied, and standing before you today, I am a full-stack engineer that not only found myself in coding, but a new outlook to express my passions, to explore my talents, and connect with like-minded individuals who share my love of technology.
Hello everyone, I'm Jamal Partridge, and no, you cannot find me in a picture. I've had a passion for gaming for as long as I could remember, which developed into me wanting to become a game developer myself. I applied for coding opportunities and was denied at every turn. And then I found Pursuit. With the opportunity given, I plan to learn more coding languages and land my dream job within the gaming industry. Thank you.
My slide likes attention as much as I do. For those who haven't met me, I'm Trian Peart. I'm a career polymath and the affinity leader, that's not English, the affinity leader for the accessibility channel here at Pursuit. My journey into tech was not a linear one. I'm a pleasure seeker in the most calculated ways. I wrap my mind around an idea, achieve my goal, master it, get bored, and move on. I was in my late 20s when I learned that that's all symptoms of people who are autistic and assigned female at birth. During the pandemic, I came to Pursuit and I not only found a path that I'll never get bored of, but a voice for myself and people like me along the way. I'm a looper. That means this is my second year at Pursuit. And with a supportive community through grit and determination, I stand before you a dev, but I also present to you an application I wish existed years ago, for times when this conversation was as easy as to have. That's my baby. I was waiting for it. I have a short survey for the crowd. Nothing painful, you can just raise your hands, feel free not to participate. How many of us here identify as disabled? Okay, now, how many of us didn't raise our hands? 16% of the world's population, or 1 in 6 of us, is disabled, yet 90% of today's web applications are inaccessible, mainly because when discussing accessibility, most don't know what it is or find it synonymous with disability.
Actually, Trian, then I have a question. How many of us know what disability actually is?
Oh.
So you wouldn't be surprised to learn that disability is any condition of the body and mind that makes it more difficult for the person to interact with the rest of the world. Burnout, depression, we all go through it, but sometimes talking about it with those that we love can be hard, and posting about it online can be overwhelming. Let's take our friend Naomi, for example. Naomi is vibrant, dependable individual with a job that she loves. People rely on her, and Naomi is known as the strong friend. Because of this, Naomi doesn't always feel comfortable opening up to those around her, but desires a supportive community where she can openly share her day-to-day life and talk about her mental health without the fear of judgment.
That's where Asocial comes in. Asocial is a web application that allows users to connect with others and exchange their experience in a secure and inclusive environment, supervised by both moderators and AI, ensuring enhanced safety and genuine human support.
Though we would like Asocial to be a safe space for everyone, there are times when us as non-medical professionals can't attend to, or the occasional disruptive user. That's where Plexi comes in. Calling her a fly on the wall might seem a little auspicious, but you'll find Plexi, our automated wellness assistant, all through our app. When designing our app, we thought a lot about ethics, fairness, respect, and inclusivity. As 3 people, we knew we would not be able to be everywhere at once, and in an app solely based in New York City, so we created a small program designed to assist individuals in improving overall well-being, providing support when needed. We wanted an AI that could be both comforting and secure. This is the fun part.
Which is why when Naomi logs in, when she logs into her profile, so we're going to get her profile, which we like to call a safe space. She is able to select an avatar, edit her profile information, and she is prompted by our move button, which inquires about how she's feeling. If Naomi is not feeling her best, we at Asocial have programmed Plexi for a list of responses to ensure not only Naomi is safe, but can get immediate help and learn ways to cope if needed. Luckily, today Naomi feels good, and Plexi likes to celebrate.
One moment, please. Okay, while vibe checks are appreciated, that's not all Plexi is programmed to do. As a wellness companion, Plexi is designed to promote relaxation and well-being for the user. While she works on mobile, she truly thrives on our web application, where she can offer tips, breathing exercises for relaxation, to ensure there's no annoying auto response like some assistant technologies. She has a stop and start button that, when pressed, allows Plexi to engage in general pre-programmed chat aimed to enhance user experience, but honestly, my favorite thing is that she's a really good assistant. Hello, Plexi.
Sorry, I didn't understand.
Oh, my bad, I misgendered you. I didn't know that you changed. Hey, Plexi. Technical difficulty. Hey, Plexi. Hello, Plexi. I am your mother, you listen to me. Hey, Plexi. Okay. Hey, Plexi.
Hello.
Plexi likes me to talk to her. It's all about the tone. Plexi, open my Spotify. No. Plexi, open my Spotify.
I didn't understand.
Oh, sir, I'm sorry. Plexi, open my Spotify. Plexi, open my Spotify.
Sure.
There we go. There we go.
He's mad that I said she. I didn't know. My bad, guy. Oh wait, pop-up blockers. I forget. Yes, always, because we are the best. My bad. Plexi, open my Spotify. Pretty please. No? Plexi, open my Spotify. At this point, we're just gonna move on. I promise, normally, when I say Plexi, open my Spotify, he does it.
Sorry.
Alright.
While Plexi is a beloved addition to the app, Asocial is all about connecting with others, which is why Naomi may travel to the forum and see all available posts, categorized.
Oh no, it looks like we are not doing that. Oh, that's different. Oh, I got that. Go knock. Oh. One moment, please. Oh. Oh, wait. Here we go.
You can see all available posts categorized and filtered by description and date. And if she liked, Naomi can create a post with available badges to ensure the user knows the content within our per as term of condition. When she is finished, she may want to interact with another user, or if she had a long day, she can head over to the journal.
Sometimes we're just not in the space to interact with people, but want a safe and secure place to get our thoughts out. At Asocial, we provide private journals for our users to write out their thoughts or even drop a memo to self. That's so. With that said, we will now discuss future implementations. For the future implementations of Asocial, we would like a kid-friendly version of the app for users under the age of 18 to home a safe and secure place to discuss their day-to-days. We also would like to add post capabilities for journal entries, a chat to keep users on the site when they would like to speak privately, and sensitivity maps like Yelp and Google, where users can review locations based on accessibility and overall vibes. We feel pretty good about our app, and thank you for your time. We're Asocial, and the inclusive web app empowering mental health through conversation. Thank you so much.
That was really great and brave on the live demo stuff. I was curious, you talked about accessibility. What were some of the things that you took into consideration when you were building the UX?
All right, so for us, our group in particular, we are all a mix of neurodivergent and disabled. So we didn't code for the first 2 weeks. We did research on what font to use, what colors to use. We did research on basically psychology when it comes to specific apps, things that other apps don't have. There is no market for our forum. You have Reddit, you have all these things, but ours is geared towards accessibility. So even in our forum, you have to have trigger warnings depending on what you're discussing. We have a block. If someone gets blocked, Plexi's gonna pop up to see if you're okay, because we can't get to it immediately. But if you block someone, even if it's just like, I like pineapples on my pizza, we don't know that. So we just wanna check if you're okay. And also we
also have the avatars that we created. We also put that because we didn't want anything to be triggering. So we thought about religion, we thought about different things, and we manually created the avatars so that way everybody can still have a safe space.
Because I am an artiste. But pretty much overall, our entire app, down to the font, and even with Plexi in mind, Plexi's voice is more like an Alexa's voice. She was geared to be the love child of ChatGPT and Alexa. I made them show me how to build her. And my friend John helped me figure out that even her voice, certain pitches could be grating for certain people. So we wanted to research that a lot. And we kept it more geared towards adults because sure, children have wellness things that they have to talk about. They have busy days, but we wanted to be ethically safe.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot for the demo. Sorry for the difficulties there. I was curious, the interface, right, like the user experience seems to focus a lot on someone that might be struggling in like a bad state.
Yeah.
So I was curious, the AI portion, is it?
I built that from scratch.
Kudos. but does it handle? I guess I wonder if it's AI and someone's in distress, and if it's not built in a way that could respond dynamically to issues, it might actually make something worse, perhaps. And I wonder if you've thought about that.
So beyond that, the feeling button is supposed to, we have it for different things. The prompts, if you say no, it'll refer you to something. But we also have within it, if you're feeling angry and you say you're not thinking of hurting yourself, because that's the first priority, that's why we send you to the immediate numbers or an immediate website that is 24 hours, because we're not doctors. But if it's not something that's dire, but you're really feeling a bad day, Plexi in that little modal can send you videos, tips, links, and it just depends on your response. And then the wellness portion of Plexi, the little 3D version, if you say that you're stressed, she'll ask you, are you having these feelings? And if you're not, she'll ask if you want tips for relaxation. She'll ask you how you're feeling. If you want tips for relaxation, she'll give it to you, the little circle in her brain, in her center. She'll help you through a breathing exercise. She has 5 count for breathe in, breathe out. And if you just want to write in your journal. So basically, Plexi's there for the moments that we can't be.
And also, we want to implement the messages. So if you are really, really also having a hard time, you might be able to find somebody else that's having a hard time, or somebody that you feel comfortable speaking to by viewing their form and things like that, where you can also just reach out to another user and say, hey, I need help today. I need somebody to talk to.
Because where it would keep people on the app, we were really worried about safety and things like that. So until we have a bigger team, we didn't want to actually, because even with that, nobody's a medical professional. Yeah, you can vent to somebody, but we wanted to make sure that there was never a point in which our users would be endangered from themselves or each other.
Thanks.
Thank you, Asocial. Now, our next group is ready to help you find that running partner for you. You no longer have to run alone because there is safety in numbers. Please welcome to the stage, Chiron.
Okay, hello everyone. I'm going to start off with a quick question. How many of you like to go out for a jog? Okay. How many of you feel safe when you go jogging alone or at night? Significantly less hands. Okay. So how many of you wish that you had a partner or a group to run with? Awesome. That's where Chiron comes in. But first, I'm Melanie Gonzalez. My journey to Pursuit began because I saw that there was a severe lack of representation regarding my community, the LGBT community, and also being a woman of color. So I decided to join Pursuit to become the change I wanted to see in the world. Outside of coding, my passions include gaming, making music, and professional wrestling.
My name is Sheikh. I'm a child of immigrants, college graduate, and a proud father of 2. And I'm proud to stand here as a full-stack web developer in front of you.
Hi everyone, my name is Ayana, and I am a full stack developer, and I am the project manager of Chiron. I was introduced to Pursuit by my mom. She attended a workshop and told me that I would like it. So here I am. Hello everyone, my name is Rebecca. I was introduced to coding at the New York Public Library, where I participated in an 8-week HTML and CSS bootcamp, which piqued my interest in software development. As a culmination of that journey, I am standing before you a full stack developer.
Hello everyone, my name is Richard. My journey with Pursuit started over a year ago, and it's been a long year of hard work, discipline, and determination. Throughout this journey, I loved using my creativity to solve problems and learning from my mistakes. I'm here today as a full stack web developer, and I am responsible for the front end. Thank you.
what's the problem. We need safe fitness environments. We need a community support system. In a Run Safe 2020 survey, 82% of respondents said they worry they might be assaulted or attacked on a run, with 41% of those being women saying they always worry about it.
Let's be honest, traditional fitness routines often lack the security and the assurance that the individual needs to feel confident. Also, we work better together. We have a solution.
The solution is Chiron, an inclusive and supportive community-based fitness app with the focus in safety in numbers, as well as encouraging positive competitive fitness.
This is Jane. Jane is 23 years old and she just moved to a new city. However, since she's just moved, she doesn't know anyone to work out with. And that's where she turned to Chiron. Let's see how Jane uses Chiron to build connections to better her fitness goals. Upon coming across Chiron, Jane will find the landing page where she can see information about Chiron as well as features that she can hope to use when she registers as a user. Luckily, she already did that, so once she logs in and creates a group, she'll be redirected to her profile page. I guess she didn't do that. There we go.
All right, moving along. We are here in the landing page, in the profile page, my mistake. Here you will see a general overview of the user, which they can choose their gender, running pace, age, and location based off zip code. Also, there is an edit profile and create a group if the user decides to create a group. We also have a section here where you can see a bulletin, but we'll touch on that just later. Also, the user is joined currently in 4 groups, and in case if the user wants to start somewhere, they can check out the suggested groups. And we can see more groups here.
So at the groups page, the user is able to either filter by name or by location. And in our case, we have all the boroughs listed. The user knows their boroughs. And from one of this list, the user will choose one group, and Melanie would upload into the group.
So once Jane decides what group she wants to join, she'll click on that group and she'll be led to their specific group page where she can see the name of the group, information about the group, as well as how many members are in the group. Upon clicking on the number, she can see how many people are in the group, who exactly is in the group, such as their name, gender, and their running pace. And if Jane decides that she wants to join the group, she'll just click join group. She'll then get a message indicating that she has joined the group successfully. And she can also choose to invite friends and family to join her in that group. Once she is in the group, she can then decide to leave her own post to find running mates. And she can also reply to other users to build connections that way as well. On the left-hand side, she'll find group bulletins, which the admin of the group can use to post kind of like a pinned post, where everyone in the group will see it. And that's the way that the admin will deliver news, such as like if there's a big run coming up. And they can also mark it as general or if it's really important. And that actually leads back to the profile dashboard.
Thank you, Melanie. So in the profile dashboard, it's basically an all-in-one. Here you will see all of the bulletins, only the important bulletins of the groups that the user is joined in. And this is very important. That way the user does not have to click individually in the group just to see what's going on. You pretty much get it all in the same page. And another beautiful feature that we have will be the routes. And Ayana?
With the routes, we suggest a couple of running routes based off of the 5 boroughs. We have 2 routes per borough, and you can click the directions button, and that'll take you to Google Maps where it'll teach you how to transport to that location. And now I'm going to pass it over to Sheikh, who will discuss the future features.
So some of the future features or stretch goals that we would like to implement is focusing on mobile first. Right now our app is only web-based, and in terms of a fitness app, mobile is king, so we want to focus on that. And also in terms of the mobile application, we want to implement a safety feature, like an SOS button. If the user feels unsafe, they'll be able to click that button and it'll be messaging to 911. And right now, our app is focused on fitness in terms of jogging and running, but we want to introduce diverse fitness workouts. And in terms of, we want to add membership options, so we want to create a feedback loop where the users getting everything they need in terms of their fitness needs. And yeah, that's it. Thank you. Open questions.
Yeah, I can go. So curious, like you had the links out to Google Maps. Do you think at all about like location aware, using location features? Did that come across at all, or was that not? Like using actually where you are and how that might work now?
Yeah, we did. So originally Chiron was supposed to be mobile first, and we were just trying to figure out how we wanted to approach it, because there's 3 different ways you can make a mobile app. But going back to the point of it being on mobile, and you would have the tower cells, right, pinging the phone, so that way they would know, like if they wanted to do send the SOS out, like that. Sorry if I butchered it.
So for SOS, you would have your location.
Yeah, so we would have on our preference services, yeah, it would share the location.
Cool. Thanks for that.
Any other questions? How did you come up with the name?
We love this name. Melanie, do you want to do it, or can we do it together? Because they're just really sure.
So basically the name Chiron came from Greek mythology. Chiron, the centaur, I believe he was a centaur, yes, who trained like Hercules, Achilles. He was their protector. So we wanted to be the protector of the users. So Chiron, that was the original name. And then somebody in our, Becky was like, why don't we do Chiron since we're running? Yeah. And I was like, okay, that makes sense. So Chiron, because we're the protector of our users who run and do other things later on.
And I would like to add to that also that here there's safety in numbers. So really just the users looking for a community. If you can at least find one person you can run with, that's way better than running by yourself at night in Central Park.
Absolutely, yeah.
Hey, so, yep. Just thinking about like the main purpose of the app, it's a 2-part question. First part, is it mainly about just finding a running group?
It's both community in terms of finding your niche, and also it doesn't just have your community, you just need somebody in that app and just do it as a partner.
Okay, have you thought about adding capability to for the runner? So getting maybe feedback on the runs they take, capturing that data.
That's originally what we wanted to do for the routes. We wanted to have it where the user or a group can have a base route, or even other routes, and they would leave ratings on the route whether they like it or not each year.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Product-led growth.
Sorry to interrupt. Also, just with this app, the features could be endless. We can add a rating system to the routes. We can add it where the administrator can choose to adopt the route, or the user themselves can also add a route. Maybe there's a route I know that not many people may know, and I want to share it with everyone. And it could be our little secret.
everybody. Give it up for Chiron. Good job, everybody. All right, our next team is solving a big problem. We've got a lot of alumni, we've got a big cohort graduating. They've created an app to connect people to jobs. So please welcome Init.
Good evening. We are excited to present to you Init, an application designed for recent college and boot camp graduates looking for their first role in tech. You may clap now.
My name is Destiny Joyner. I recently completed Pursuit Tech program. With a name like Destiny, I've heard it all. You are my destiny. It is your destiny. Destiny's Child. However, the one I've most overlooked was you can control your destiny. In the past, I've wandered down unfulfilled and dead-end paths, never allowing myself to reach my full potential. Software development has presented me with the challenge and stimulation that I've been missing. And now I stand here ready to begin an exciting career in the tech industry.
Hello, I'm Selena Malik, and I spent the last year at Pursuit, where I honed my skills and emerged as a full-stack web developer. Before my pursuit in the world of coding, I worked as a home health aide. This experience gave me insight into the lives of those in need, developing a deep sense of empathy and a desire to make a positive impact on the world. My goal is to use technology as a way to contribute to a more inclusive and sustainable future.
Daniel Mazzilli here, and I also recently completed Pursuit's Tech Fellowship. I am originally from Italy, where I was born and raised. When I am not coding, I enjoy playing soccer, cooking, and I'm passionate about sustainability. What I love most about programming is the problem-solving nature of it. After working different jobs, I can confidently say I have finally found the right field for myself. I am ecstatic to start a career in tech. Am I the only one who has struggled navigating the job market and searching for opportunities?
No, Dan, you are not. Many entry-level software developers struggle to land their first opportunity. Job search engines such as LinkedIn are flooded with social media aspects. Features like making connections, timeline posts, and robust profiles. Filtering through large job selections in hopes of finding one at your skill level can be overwhelming and at times more time-consuming than applying for the job. So Selena, is there a way to alleviate the stress of this process?
Well, yes. Init focuses on opportunities specifically tailored for entry-level developers, streamlining the job search process. When Company A needs a new hire, our app reduces any unnecessary steps and factors, giving you the ability to apply directly and efficiently. Init also allows you to showcase your skills and projects, which presents yourself as a great applicant for the role you're interested in. Additionally, our built-in filter enables you to effortlessly find roles that align with your interests and career goals.
Meet Thomas Anderson, a recent coding bootcamp graduate who has been struggling to land his first professional opportunity in tech. He is confident working in a current stack environment and has some really great projects to showcase. Mr. Anderson went ahead and created an Init account. Let's now help Mr. Anderson navigate through the application and find opportunities that interest him. As we demo Init, we will simultaneously show on the left the applicant interface, and on the right, the recruiter one.
This is Init's landing page. This serves as an overview of some of the features you can expect to see within our app, as well as many opportunities to register for an account.
As we go on the user profile, the top part has the user details. Actually, Thomas Anderson forgot to add SQL, so we'll go ahead and do it right now. Awesome. And the bottom half actually will keep track of the applications that he submitted. Currently there are none because he just created his account. If we now move over to Winston's recruiter profile, we can see that here, actually hold on. Winston is a really big fan of dark mode, so he goes ahead and activates it. we check out his user profile, we see that he's able to add job postings, and he can also edit ones that he already has submitted, or delete.
Meanwhile, Mr. Anderson seems ready to begin his job search. Once on the Init's jobs index page, Mr. Anderson can view all of the opportunities currently available in Init. There's a large variety, so he uses the search bar to narrow down his options. After typing in a search, he expands the filter bar, he chooses a city, then remembers he's prone to traveling, so he'll prefer a remote position. And finally, seeks an opportunity that aligns with his skill set. Oh, look, it seems Thomas has found a position at Blackstone. I've heard pretty good things about them. He views more details about the job and decides he wants to apply. Once navigating back to his profile, the job now appears in his application section.
If we go back to Winston's profile, we can see now there's actually an applicant for the job. If we go check it out, Thomas Anderson appears, we can tap on his profile, and in the bottom half, we actually see contact details. I will now pass it over to Selena for future features.
We have some future features coming to Init that will enhance your experience. First, we will bring desktop user experience and design, ensuring seamless navigation and functionality across all devices. Also, you can look forward to receiving a weekly email with potential job matches tailored to your preferences, making it easier to stay updated on relevant opportunities. Additionally, we will introduce a dedicated newsletter within the app focused on technical interview preparation, equipping you with the knowledge and resources to excel in your interviews. Thank you, and now we will answer your questions.
Hey guys, so you did a mobile first app, that was really cool. Dark mode, points for that, nice, slick. What do you think some of the challenges were going mobile first and then kind of leading the web for later versus web? Like, do you think that made it tougher in what ways?
Just the responsiveness for the screen sizes. You have to do multiple media queries for, even if like only like 10 pixels or so, you have to constantly, for a different screen size, the responsiveness of the view of it. I think that it was actually more easy. We kind of all agreed at first with the mobile. It'll be that's where everybody's on their phone at all the time. It's how you use apps is on your phone most of the time these days. But just kind of just the CSI, getting the CSI. No forensics here. CSS, just the responsiveness on just how it looks on different screen sizes. We tested out on a bunch of different phones and tried to get like that sweet spot where everything kind of worked, good balance.
That's awesome that you did that and didn't just like stick with an emulator like one size. That's really cool.
If I may just say, the QR code works if you guys want to check out the app.
So what's your plan for launch? How are you going to market this?
Pursue.
I think the idea would be to have partnerships with coding boot camps, colleges, and then also get recruiters to add real positions. Currently, all the positions are made up. So if nobody gets back to you, don't get worried. And just also to keep answering your question, pretty much everything is ready as is. The only issue would be we would need to have a better back end in terms of once we hit a certain quota of users, jobs. So we need to upgrade from free on render to a paid premium version of the server, yes.
So how are the jobs currently, how do people get the jobs in? Are you just pulling from various sites, or are people opting into listing their jobs?
Currently, because we don't really have any connection with any real recruiters, we actually kind of put them in our API either through our API, just through back-end calls, or just from the app as well. We kind of act as recruiters. If you have a recruiter, you can sign up as a recruiter, and you can post your jobs yourself. But for the demo, those are all kind of not unreal.
Sorry, I was just curious if you thought about adding certification. So since they're For entry-level developers, coders, there are platforms that help provide certifications. Have you thought about that and adding that as a feature on the profile?
That's actually, you just gave us an idea, so we will look into it, so thank you.
Thank you, Init. Last but not least, when you move to a new country, you're often like a fish out of water. Our next group wants to connect immigrants who have just arrived to each other, as well as to other wanted and needed survival resources. Please welcome to the stage, Out and About.
Speak your language, find your place. Picture this, a young, courageous soul, that's me, attempted to fix a computer that my dad had built for cheap. Not the best choice. Growing up in a tech-illiterate Caribbean household didn't deter my love for all things computer-related. Although I paused my engineering major to work and start a family, my determination never wavered. Because from life, those who cheaply build computers, screaming toddlers, you laugh and code your way to victory. My name is Lenny. We are Out and About.
Namaste. As a former sales consultant, I worked with over 100 small businesses in New York City, the majority of them owned by hardworking immigrants. While working with these businesses, I witnessed the challenges they face to maintain their inventory. To solve this problem, I started learning about databases. And in the process of self-teaching databases, I got passionate about tech and realized how tech can be so powerful and helpful in solving real-world problems. That's how I chose this career. I'm Rikesh Wankade, a full-stack web developer and an immigrant from India.
Quack passe. As a Haitian immigrant who traveled to the United States at the age of 10, I witnessed firsthand the challenges my mother faced while trying to establish a life in a new foreign country. Constantly moving due to low income, lack of support and community. We lived in almost every borough, searching for a place to call home. This experience ignited my passion for making a difference through technology. My name is Edgy Gillis, and I'm leveraging the power of technology to create a positive change.
Being the only one in my family who kind of spoke English, I navigated all of us to America at the age of 12. I didn't grow up with the privilege of technology, so the first time I touched a computer, I was fascinated with Microsoft Paint. It's kind of old, so. So from board arts to designing websites, it's been a journey. I'm Dilruba, a Bangladeshi American immigrant, aiming to bridge gaps and empower lives, one line of code at a time.
Bienvenidos. Growing up, my parents struggled to secure good-paying jobs due to language barriers. We were denied housing on various occasions because their accents revealed their Latino heritage. But that's the thing about Latinos. We're unstoppable. My parents worked hard to support my sisters and I, encouraging me to pursue our dreams. They inspired me to tackle this new challenge of breaking into the tech world. My name is Mina Gurjan, a Colombian Dominican American, and our app is for anyone else who has a journey for their dream. Come on. Now, did you know that more than a third of New York City residents are foreign-born? Who here is an immigrant themselves or a child of an immigrant? We all are. One of the hardest things to do when you move to a country that doesn't speak your native tongue is acquiring housing and finding good-paying jobs. Recently, with the migrant crisis, New York City is actually scrambling to figure out a plan to house an influx of immigrants who lack any community or familial connection.
The solution is here. Our app offers the user the ability to browse through apartments, jobs, and even see what's happening in the community on the community board.
Meet Henna. Henna immigrated from Bangladesh to New York with her family of 4 into a tiny, subletted room shared with other people. With limited funds, no higher education, and a language barrier, walking miles on end, going door to door, finding a job has been very difficult. So one day, her daughter shows her an app that can solve all her dilemmas. So, in comes Out and About.
Welcome to our app, Out and About. When Henna visits our app, she's welcomed in different languages. If she scrolls down on the welcome page, she can find housing, jobs, and connect with people by posting on the community board. She can click Get Started, create an account, and select her native language. But since she has an account already, she can just log in. She can see the navbar on the top with different icons. There's profile, rental, jobs, and community board. And it is translated in her native language, that is Bengali. Let's say if she's interested in rentals and clicks on rentals. On the rentals page, she can see listing of available apartments. She can filter the apartments by her native language. If she finds any rental listing that suits her requirements, she can click on it. After she clicks the listing, she can see more detailed information about the listing. She can heart it and save it as her favorites, or she can contact the lister via the contact form. But she cannot have a rental without a job.
Henna sees a list of jobs that can be filtered by native language to get over the language barrier. Diplomas and credentials don't always transfer to the United States. To solve this issue, jobs are posted by locals, small businesses, and even non-for-profit organizations. Some employers are willing to pay for Henna to get her proper certifications. Once a job is selected, Henna can see more details about the job. She can favorite the job, see location on the map, also contact the employer via the contact form. Henna visits the community board. The community board is set up for community engagement, resource exchange, support, and help. Henna has the ability to click and comment on a post. She can go back to the community board where she sees a resource section. The resource section has curated links that will offer more help and support to Henna, such as the New York Legal Assistance Group, an organization that offers legal support. Thank you. Now Lenny will talk about future features.
As we expand, our mission is to embrace and support users' native language, creating a seamless experience for everyone. We will partner with immigration attorneys for offering tailored consultation services. Users can connect and engage, fostering a supportive network. Our goal is to empower and uplift immigrant communities nationwide. Together, we will create a comprehensive platform across cities. Thank you. Do you have any questions?
How many languages do you currently support, and what kind of UX challenges did you have to enable that?
So we cater to about 10 or 11 languages, or just the most common languages in New York City, because right now we're just based on around New York City. And the UX design, it was a bit hard to do different screen sizes. We are aiming to have a mobile app because a lot of immigrants don't have laptops. So that is a future goal that we have, to be basically mobile friendly for them to access it, because no one has money for a laptop when they first come here.
And I was curious, so are all of the listings intended to translate to all of these local languages, or only the languages that are supported by like the person who did the job listing, for example?
So as of right now, it will just be the languages that we cater to specifically. We want to expand on the like translation stuff as we, in the later phases to translate everything.
Cool, thank you.
I have more questions about the translation. Are you using technology? What kind of technology are you using for the languages? And is it like a computer who translates, or is like somebody doing the actual translation in the back end?
So we're using an API for right now, and translating that, the nav bar as you saw, it translates every time someone signs up, picks their language, on login, the nav bar is translated. So we're planning on doing it even more for all the other features, but for right now, users can, on their phone, they have different types of keyboards, so they could use that. That's one of the ways that they could post their native language.
But the data is translated into the native language. So it took me a while, like ChatGPT. It's fine.
Gotcha.
I'm just curious if the app is meant to work with local governments and community boards and things like that to help perhaps subsidize some of the housing. Yeah, is that integrated or is that part of the product?
So right now it's not integrated, but that's a future plan we have to partner with locals and certain shops, and even a non-for-profit that I used to work for. They will pay for the individual to get their certifications. So that's also a future plan we have. But currently right now everything is built by us.
Okay, thanks.
No problem.
All right, so let's give one big round of applause for everyone that presented today. Long nights and sweat and tears and heart and everything. So congratulations to everyone who presented today. So now I would like to invite our panelists on this lovely stage we have here to share some of their thoughts on the apps that they saw here tonight, to share some personal words of advice to our developers as they begin their careers, because today is not only a culmination of their capstone project, but it's also the beginning of their job search and the beginning of them entering into the industry. So yeah, over the next many months, our teams will be working with our fellows to help them find jobs, launch their careers. And for you fellows, this is going to be very intense and hard and exciting. And I'd love to ask the panelists to share a little bit about their own journeys and provide some words of advice for you all. So why don't we start with Julie, if you have some words that you'd like to share.
Okay, I was incredibly impressed with every presentation. Congratulations to all of you for getting this far, for building some really cool things. I love that so many of them started with a challenge that you each personally faced or knew about or felt passionate about, because I think that's kind of the start of every great product, right? You're solving a need that perhaps you had yourself. So, and it was really impressive to hear all of the things that you had to learn, all the new technologies, all figuring out databases, figuring out AI. Really well done. So congratulations to all of you. And I guess on a personal note, as you heard at the beginning, I spent 20 years doing something and then took a sharp left turn. And so your stories really resonated with me in having to, I think the hardest part, right, is making the decision. I'm gonna change my life. I'm gonna do something different. And every day it may seem hard. I remember, I had a pretty successful career for 20 years and decided to do something very different where I didn't understand the language of technology. I didn't really, my biggest challenge was trying to figure out how to rebrand myself. How do I describe what I can do? And the first step is just making that decision and committing to it. And, there will be days that are hard. As I think you've already seen, you've had challenges, you've figured things out, you've learned how to problem solve. Hugely important. But most important is believing in yourself and knowing that you made the right decision, that you want to do this, and it's going to change your life. And all it takes is one person to take a chance on you. I think you've already found that chance here to pursue. But every step of the way is finding one person who believes in you almost as much as you believe in yourself. Right? And that is, that's what keeps you going. I feel passionately about this, that it's so great, the decisions that you've made, the steps that you're taking to do something new and finding something that not just will change your life, but you can be passionate about, that you can really, really feel that you've accomplished something. So I am, my LinkedIn is open. Please, I know at least one person has already connected with me. Yep. But please do reach out. I am happy to talk through that, that sharp left turn, because it's real, it's challenging, but you can do it.
I don't know if I can be that articulate. Yeah, so what struck me today was that everybody brought their own selves to the table, and not just like their own backgrounds, but also, like you said, like the problems that you're dealing with in life, make that into a business idea. And I think that that's going to be very important when you enter the workforce, is to bring that part of yourself with you. And just be authentic, be your authentic self. I think that would be truly bringing diversity to the table, not just your background, but also just who are you at the core, right? For me personally, I kind of also took a very sharp turn about 15 years ago when I decided that I was going to solve a problem that I faced, which was around shopping. I had lived in many countries in the world, and it was at the beginning of the internet, just the internet, right? Online shopping, it was just beginning. And I was very frustrated with the fact that I couldn't order anything from the Gap or Macy's. And it wasn't only because they didn't ship to my address. I was in India at the time. But it was also because I didn't have a credit card that was issued by an American bank. So when I finally moved to America, I was like, okay, I want to work again, but I'm also a mother of 4 children. And I haven't worked in a long time. I don't have a college education. Who's gonna hire me? Well, I thought I'm just gonna start a business, right? Well, it sounds very glamorous, and I can tell you that it was an amazing experience. And what helped me very much is setting goals, like realistic goals, and then breaking it up into how are you going to achieve those goals. And that's every time that's your MVP. So that keeps you focused and motivated, right? One thing, and that's what made it a bit less glamorous, one thing I wished I had known before, and maybe that's a piece of advice I can give you today, is that I personally suffered from terrible imposter syndrome. I felt a lot of pressure because I had to provide for my family, 4 kids, and I felt like I cannot, I felt like a fraud, and somebody was going to stand up at any moment and tell me, you don't know what the F you're doing, right? But I think now, looking back, I think if I had been just more vulnerable about that aspect and be okay with the not knowing, then I would have probably been a lot happier. It would have been better for my own well-being. But I congratulate you. You guys have done an amazing job, and no doubt some employer is going to be so happy with you guys.
These are great. I'm really emotional. This is amazing. So look, my experience is also a little bit more entrepreneurial, and I'm actually a self-taught coder because one of my startups was running out of money and we just needed to build stuff, and they said, that's your new job for the next year. And so I have a ton of respect for what you guys are doing, for learning the tech. But I also wanted to highlight that today, and hopefully your experience this past year has shown, it really isn't just about the tech, right? You got to nail the tech, but then it's everything around it. So seeing you guys be so thoughtful up here, collaborate, communicate well as a team, that's what employers are looking for. That's what life is about, building these careers. So just kudos on the presentations, on the work that got you here on the tech, and then everything around the tech. And I guess like advice, it's gonna sound a little trite because I know you hear it all day long, but honestly for me, the kind of stuff that JD was talking about around resilience, that really is the secret sauce. You'll have to find kind of what it means for you, but the people that I see succeed at every level, so we've got individual contributor engineers all the way to the CEO of the company, they're the people who they know where they're going, they're focused, they don't let things get in the way, it's not about the emotions and the egos, it's there's a goal, and they're gonna go get there and they work the problem. And it's not that you can't be yourself, you can still be yourself, you don't have to sell your soul, you don't have to do things you don't wanna do. We're lucky to live in a society where there is that mobility. You can be yourself, but you have to be focused. And so I feel like we hear it a lot and we say it a lot, but honestly, when I look at folks where I work in my career, that's the one thing they all have in common, the folks who succeeded. And whatever success means to you, doesn't mean you have to climb to the CEO, but whatever it is that you want to do, it's those folks who it's not the drama, it's not the emotion, they're focused, they have a goal, they keep going. That's honestly what stood out in my experience, so just wanted to share that.
So I just wanted to congratulate everyone. It's inspiring to me, and it's amazing what you've done. And I agree with some of the sentiments already shared. You know, there's a lot more to it. Technology is super important, but being able to market yourself and market the technology and give a demo, public speaking, right? Like that's all amazing. And yeah, I know you probably struggled a lot during the program, 10 months. It's full-time, my understanding, and you're juggling other life things, so congrats getting this far. I think one of my most favorite experiences when I was learning to code and also self-taught, which now, you know, I think you'll notice this isn't unique. Like a lot of folks in the developer community are self-taught. So, you know, keep that kind of ingrained in your approach towards development. You're not expected to know all the answers right off the bat. And that ties into, I think, Linda's comment, right? One of the things I really wish I did was been okay with being vulnerable, right, and not intimidated. And so when you're amongst really smart people, smart engineering teams, you want to get out there. If you have a question and you're like, hey, how does a graph database work, right? So it's really important to kind of step through that intimidation and be vulnerable and ask those questions. But one of my favorite parts too, and also a lesson when I was learning, is I recognized that at some point when you're trying to solve a problem and you're going in deep and it's just not working, the best thing to do is really to walk away and take a nap, and then in the morning you wake up and yeah. I thought that was amazing, and how your brain solves that problem. So, you know, congratulations to everyone, and good luck. I too, if you caught any of my info, I'm available. You know, feel free to LinkedIn, message me. I could tell you about my experience and help in any way I can. So, congrats again, and you know, good luck.
Much. I think one thing that comes to mind in hearing everyone's stories is we hope that you are all on this stage in this chair in the future. You all are going to be leaders in tech, so it's really interesting and inspiring to hear a lot of similar experiences, self-taught coding, feeling imposter syndrome, all the things that I know, we all feel, but we're not alone. So I think that was really great. Thank you so much. So wanted to kind of close tonight to share, again, just to remind everyone what tonight signifies. It is the start of your new chapter to get that job. And I think the purpose of today is really to rally around as a community. We've heard the panelists say reach out to them. Really rally around as a community to help you get that job, start your career in tech. So as I mentioned before, it's the support of our community that makes our mission possible. So if you're interested in volunteering with us, please reach out to Alexis. I don't know where she is here. There she is, right there in the yellow shirt. She does an incredible job managing our volunteers and mentors, so please reach out to her. If you work for a company that want to hire our amazing talent that you saw here today, please speak to Will, I don't know where he is, right over there, or myself, anyone. We would love to talk to you. As you've seen, our fellows have been hired at some of the best companies, and we'd love to find opportunities to place them in the company that you're at. And finally, I think we've had a lot of thank yous. I want to thank every one of you that's here. Thank you for joining us. I think we heard earlier, a lot of you are family and friends, and we know that this could not have been possible without your support behind the scenes. So let's give a really big round of applause for all of our not least, I want to thank our Pursuit team. Thank you, everyone. So much work went behind the scenes. We're at a new venue. It's great. There's a lot of new things that are happening, and I just want to thank everyone for being so great. So that concludes tonight. Please join us for a reception in this area and meet each other, talk, and yeah, enjoy the rest of the evening. Thank you.